Thank you. So there's another piece that I really wanted to teach you today that I'll just give you the high level of because I want you to be able to take this away. But this is going to be like super high level. And here's the part that I want you to just hear. I'll draw it real fast. And actually, while I'm doing this, just for timing-wise, could I ask that those forms get handed out to people who want to actually act, and I'll just do this piece, and then we'll talk about that. And we'll just try to be a little more effective and efficient with it. And gang, please just don't ignore that once you get it, but just like tuck it away. I'll tell you more about it afterwards. I want you to pay attention to this because this is really significant and important. Just wait 1 second for that to be done. Payoffs and protections and hieroglyphics. Okay, and just set it aside, gang, for a moment or two, please. So the big idea around identifying our beliefs and the recurring patterns and those sorts of things that we're going to do a bunch of experiential type exercises with in the gift, but I want you to be able to wrap your head around it is this. Who here has actually had the experience of changing a core limiting belief or a core negative belief? You've actually had that. So I had this old outdated idea, it got in my way, and then I evolved past it. Okay, that's a beautiful thing, yes? Okay. Who has had the experience of discovering a limiting belief and deciding that this is it? I'm letting that one go, but I'm going to do my affirmations, I'm going to do my visualization, I'm going to hire a coach, I'm going to go pray about it, I'm going to go meditate on the mountaintop, I'll balance a crystal on my head, I'll do whatever is necessary to let that thing go, but it's still there. Okay. Everybody have your hand up for this, even if you didn't listen to what I said. So what I'm saying is this, is that all of us have had the experience of letting go of old outdated ideas. Every single one of you has done it, whether you realize it or not. And all of us have had the experience of having our ass kicked trying to let go of an old limitation that it just keeps it like it's attached to our ass like a Doberman. You know, it's like we just cannot shake it. You know what I'm talking about, yes? Okay, here's the reason, okay? Every single limiting belief that you currently have, every single negative pattern, every single recurring hurt and victimization still exists because it provides you with a payoff or a protection. And when I mean payoff, I mean ancillary benefit. It does something for you that is more significant at a belief level than what you say you want. You can say it again. It does something for you at a belief level that is more important than what you say that you want. There are 4 categories here. I'm going to give you the super fast level, right like math. The first of which is this, recognition. Recognition is top of the list. We could probably replace that for a little word called love, or reasonable facsimile thereof. We put it at the top of the list because here's the truth we can tell about us as human beings, that as human beings, we are shit scared, approval addicted, tribal animals. I'm going to say it again because it's true. Shit scared, approval addicted, tribal animals. We will do almost anything to just be included. Anything. Now, some of the gun to it is that includes not telling the whole truth. That includes not asking directly for what we want. That includes holding on to old, outdated results because it helps us fit in with our family. That includes not making ourselves heard because it might hurt somebody's feelings. That includes pretending we're someone that we're not so that we get invited. Ringing any bells? Okay. This is a need that is fundamentally unmet in our society. And this unmet need causes us to do batshit crazy things. Completely and utterly crazy. Now, I tell you this for 2 reasons. Number 1, if you can get the need met directly, and this is the piece about why we can't shake some of the limiting beliefs, the reason is the belief system doesn't yet think that you can get your needs met in the absence of that belief. So it's kind of like it's all like wrapped around here. And it's like you say, oh, I don't need you anymore, just get away. And it's like, no. I got us this far. This is the only way that we get invited back to Christmas. If you actually show up as you are, there'll be no inviting back for Christmas, and your mom's going to hate you, and your mother-in-law's not going to like you much, and all those things. So no, I don't believe you. And it sticks. The belief system won't let go of that old, outdated pattern until the need gets fulfilled or transcended. That's the only way. Otherwise, the belief system holds it in. Now, does this make any sense to you? So another way to say this is, all of the limiting beliefs, all of the recurring patterns, all of those negativity things are driven by unmet needs. They're being kept, trying to get your needs met in indirect and unhealthy ways. And recognition, who here's ever been in a relationship where you absolutely knew who was being in this relationship was better than being alone? Yeah, that's a recognition. Okay, so that's the top one. The next one is this. And it is part of the whole excuse thing that we were talking about. And it is excuse 4. This is the source and the topic of my entire book, is exploring this whole piece in depth and detail because it is just so epically prevalent. And this whole piece, you can learn more about yourself through your excuses than almost any other piece. The third is deception of others. This is where we try to maintain a image. This is where we try to have leverage in relationships. This is where we try to have a little bit of power over. This is where we try to keep ourselves safe. This is where, do any of you have any of that martyr bone in your body? You think we all do? Okay. So this would be part of a martyr's desire to do the work of 10 mere mortals, because I need to know that I am needed, indispensable, epically required, all those pieces. And part of that work project is trying to make ourselves indispensable. The last one down here is protection. And you can think of protection as simply this. This is our belief system running out of its way to the right. So, just to be clear about this, to master what all of this means, for most people, it's about a 3-year process. Just to be perfectly clear about it. It's layer upon layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. But I want to leave you with this idea about what it actually means. For every single one of those limiting beliefs that you came up with, the 3 that I asked you to write, even if it was a blank page, I trust that you'll be doing some writing afterwards, okay? I want you to ask yourself this question. Does that limiting belief help me to gain recognition? Okay, so a bunch of you in the maybes, I can tell you for sure you've got big recognition. If you've got clients in the maybes, you've got big recognition needs. You don't want them to say no, so you're not pushing them. And you don't want them to feel offended or pressured, so you're not pushing them. So that you get to still be recognized, included, loved, appreciated, accepted, you insert blanks. Or are those limiting beliefs related to an excuse for story that is justifying the difference between where you are and where you want to be? Are you trying to maintain an image? And, by the way, this area here is true about every single one. Ask yourself, what do I get to be right about? What do I get to be right about? And that's just one more way. Now we take this and we actually weave it through all of the gift, all of the launch, all of our 10-week program to be able to live it and to see it. Because you can't see it for the forest for the trees. But once the veil is lifted, you can never bullshit yourself again. And by the way, that's honestly both the good news and the bad news all rolled into one. I'll give you my word about it. The good news is, you can't pretend to be unconscious anymore. Bad news is, with my insight and awareness about who and how and where I am, now I must live my life in alignment with who I really am, not who I was trying to be. Totally different experience. Results come with joy, love, peace, and passion, and neat stuff happens. Make sense? Okay. I know that's super short. This part is in the book. Let's give something away first. Draw for me. Would you, sir?
Sure.